Wrath of the Lich King Classic is coming out. Surprise of nobody. And I got a question. This is a total meme. People have been saying this for a while. It is time to go with facts. Is Wrath of the Lich King too easy? We're gonna find out. First of all, let's do a little bit of a round out of facts. Right now, let's start dropping the facts. The leveling is easier. That's just simply how the classes work. The experience is buffed. It's about like a 30% total from vanilla, something like that. You level a lot quicker. There's a lot more quests. Your classes are stronger. You never run out of mana leveling anymore, really. Threat is not an issue if you're a pet class. So if you're a warlock and you got a void walker, you can go ham, and you're never gonna pull aggro off your void walker anymore either. You can get gear from dungeons that is slightly better. Food is cheaper. Everything is cheaper if you are selling stuff on the auction house because of the inflation. Your mount is very cheap too. They reduce the prices. You get the mount at level 20 instead of 40 or 30 in TVC. That's also huge. You get your fast mount at level 40 now. That is just ridiculous. You're gonna level a lot faster. That's just a fact. Leveling Wrath of the Lich King, complete joke. Very, very easy. Nobody, I don't think, is gonna contest me on that. You probably already knew that. PvE wise, the bosses actually hit way harder in Wrath of the Lich King. It is not rare, even in easy raids, maybe not in Naxxramas, but the other raids, Ulduar and so on. It is not rare to see a boss one-shot your tank if it doesn't have a lot of gear. It happens quite a bit. There is also a lot more mechanics, a lot more sophisticated mechanics in the encounters. Again, not in Naxxramas. They totally dropped the ball on that raid. But aside from Naxxramas, Ulduar, ICC, TOC, there was a decent amount of mechanics. There was a lot of things to keep track on, like PvE-wise, just handling the bosses. And that also comes in with the fact that rotations are way more complex. Something like an Affliction Warlock, you gotta keep track of 5 dots, and you gotta rotate, and you gotta move, and you gotta balance everything out. It is extremely complex. Some classes are still very easy, like the Elemental Shaman, the Frost Decay, but most classes are way more hard to play optimally, rotation-wise, than in TVC. Almost every single one except maybe like 5. And that is adding a lot of difficulty, because not only you gotta deal with mechanics, you also gotta put a lot of your brain power into playing your character on its own, which is hard. That will make it so there's a bit of an expression skill cap on that. That is harder than TVC. To be fair, to be completely fair, that is true. It is not all easier. Dungeons, heroics, or normals, doesn't matter. They are all a joke. That's just a fact. They are beyond undertuned. They said they might overtune them in Classic Wrath. We're gonna see about that. I hope they do. But as it is right now, you can just clown on every dungeon. They take no challenge. Your healer cannot be feeling like healing if he doesn't want to, and you're still gonna be fine. Your tank can be like full DPS gear, you're still gonna be fine. There is really no challenge in dungeons, which is really sad, by the way. A little caveat, a lot of people, especially, you know, the dad gamer demographic, they don't really raid anymore. Those people just wanna do their dungeons and chill. And if there's no challenge, there's a whole appeal of the game that is gone. Like, nobody's playing Wrath of the Lich King for the dungeons unless they are extremely bad. And that sucks. That sucks. Like in TVC, like I say this all the time, I don't like raiding in TVC that much. I really don't. Like, my fun is the dungeons. I play a tank. In TVC I usually play a prot paladin. Most of my fun is pushing the dungeon as fast as I can. Which is, by the way, why I really like the idea of Mythic Plus. You should iterate on that, Blizzard. What's the point in Wrath of the Lich King? Like, I can just pull everything and get people mad and nothing really changes. Adding up to leveling, there is quest markers. I should have ordered these points a little bit. There is quest markers you can have on your map where you have to go in TVC, and in vanilla you get a quest, it says where you gotta go, you gotta read the text, you gotta figure out how to do it, and you gotta do it. Usually what will happen before add-ons like Questy that essentially did the same, you had to go and Google it or something. Nowadays you get a quest marker by default, you don't have to think about it, very automatic, very autopilot way of leveling, no thought at all. About raiding, again, attunements are gone. Except for Heroic TOC and Heroic ICC, there is no attunement, there is no lengthy Karazhan questline, there is no lengthy Onyxia questline, or SSC attunement or anything like that. As soon as a raid drops, you are instantly allowed to go in. That is also gonna reduce every barrier of entry to raiding, and that's kind of a problem, because if you don't have any barrier of entry to the raid, it is very hard to tell which people are good and which people are bad outside of, you know, the gear, and that isn't very conducive to a healthy community, which is the main problem in Wrath of the Lich King. But yeah, that's also another difficulty that is gone. Bosses are usually very easy, but there's a few very hard bosses in Wrath of the Lich King, notably Yogg-Saron or 25-man Heroic Lich King. Those are pretty hard bosses. Ulduar was a decent challenge at the time. I personally would like to see how the current community is gonna fare in Ulduar. I think they are not gonna have a hard time at all. TOC had 4 lockouts. That basically meant that the way to keep up with everybody when TOC comes out is you gotta do normal 10 men, heroic 10 men, normal 25 men, and heroic 25 men. TOC, you gotta do all 4 lockouts at once every week, all 4 of them to keep up. That's gonna be a huge barrier of entry, that's gonna be a huge problem. Some people are gonna fly ahead of everybody else because of it. That is very dumb, Blizzard. Very, very dumb. If you do all the hard modes in Ulduar, I think the only lockout that you get to skip is 10-man normal. You still gotta do 10-man heroic and 25-man normal, so that sucks. That is just dumb. That part, I would dare say that part adds difficulty to it. Healing! This is another one that is not very noticed by people. Healing is a lot harder in Wrath of the Lich King. Do you wanna guess why? Okay, you're never gonna get it, because this is more of a personal thing, I guess, but kill sniping in Wrath of the Lich King is at an all-time high, because why? Discipline priests! They suck. Basically in Wrath of the Lich King they removed the cooldown of Holy Ward Shield, and priests got a spec in Wrath of the Lich King. There's like a build that's very meta, of nothing but shielding people and protecting them from damage before it happens. Do you get upset when somebody snipes your heal? How about they snipe your heal before the damage happens? Yeah, to be fair, that probably makes healing a lot more fun for people, not for me, because I get upset at that stuff, but you know, overall guys, Wrath of the Lich King, I think it's gonna be really easy. I forgot. PvP gearing is very streamlined, but PvP is like very skilled. I am not a PvP guy myself, I am not a PvP expert by any means. But if you like PvP, I think you're gonna have a decent challenge in PvP, it's gonna be fun. I got nothing bad to say about Wrath of the Lich King PvP. That aside, Holmes, is Wrath of the Lich King too easy? Yes! But also, Vanilla and TBC were kind of too easy in Classic. Sadly, the numbers are not there. We are used to private server numbers, we are used to extremely overtuned things. Classic doesn't provide that. We're gonna have to see. I really don't think Wrath of the Lich King is gonna be hard at all. And if it is hard, that's gonna make me happy. Anyways guys, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, for we got a lot more coming. Join the Discord in the pinned comment. If you need an editor, I am your man, so check out the description, and that's pretty much it. Let's go!